All right, so I'm gonna get down here first round. So we're gonna cover the stances for honestly the entire first year for our beginner students. So we're gonna cover the front stance, the middle stance, and the back stance. During the months of January, February, and March, April, the only one you'll really have to worry about is front stance and middle stance. But as soon as May hits, we move into Song 2 curriculum, the orange curriculum. And that's where we need to cover back stances. So for each stance, I'm going to go over how to make it the exact, what makes them correct, and then ways to practice that. All right, so stance time. First of all, we have 3 stances of beginner material. You have your front stance, you have your middle stance, and you have your back stance. So front stance, I'm going to cover in detail the exact correct front stance and then how we teach it to kids and why. So first of all, the front stance. My feet start shoulder width apart, and then it goes 1 foot forward, 2 foot forward, 3 foot forward, front knee bends, body is straight. That's my front stance. From the side, looks like this. Again, shoulder width, 1, 2, 3. The purpose of the front stance is to get force going forward on your techniques. Now, we teach it differently, and I want to cover why. That is the exact how front stance is supposed to be correct. However, we have found that if we teach front stance to kids like that, they will step straight forward and lose it like that. So, ATA modified how we would teach to, I think just go fuzzy. I'm still here. There we go. So, we modified how we teach front stances to make it more concrete for kids, and so the kids do not slip into mistakes. So that was the exact traditional front stance. Let's cover the way we teach for kids, and honestly adults, we teach the same way for you because it's a good way to fix certain things. So 4 ingredients to a good front stance. First of all, my feet are wide base, not narrow base. Wide base. Power starts from the ground up. Secondly, my front knee is bent. Those 2 things are the most important things to making an effective front stance for whatever you plan on doing. Now, the 3 and 4, the back heel has to be pushed out so that the hip can engage whatever it needs to do. If my back heel is not there, I can't get power through that hip. So I turn that back foot, all toes are forward, so I can get that hip into the technique. Finally, my back leg must be straight. How I can tell my back leg is straight is my back heel is touching the ground. I'll show you again from here. If the knee bends, it's easier to fall backwards, and I'm not going to get as much force going forward. But if I straighten that leg, now I get more force going forward. How you can tell my leg is straight is if that heel is touching the ground. So that's the front stance. Now let's cover middle stance. Again, feet are 2 times shoulder width apart. If I go too wide, I don't have balance or power. So I go 1 shoulder width, 2 shoulder width, and then any further I lose balance, and I bend my knees here. Now common mistakes are the penguin stance. My toes are out. If my toes are out, it means that my body weight is usually on my heels, and that means it's easy to push me over backwards. There's no power. So 4 ingredients to a good middle stance. Feet wide apart, 2 shoulder widths. Heels are pushed out, so all toes are straight forward. The knees are bent and the knees are forced out. And of course, I must keep my posture up. That is the correct middle stance. So 4 ingredients, 2 times shoulder width, heels pushed out, knees bent, knees pushed out, back straight. The 3rd stance we start covering in May. It's in the orange belt curriculum and the yellow belt curriculum. That's the back stance. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take that middle stance right here. I'm going to turn this foot sideways, and I'm going to shift my weight back. That's my back stance. The front stance is about going forward. The middle stance is about just stabilizing down where I am. The back stance is, if I need to step back in self-defense, I'm going to step back into the strongest stance I can step back into. My weight is shifted back right here. Most double out form blocks walks. We'll cover those in the basics video, some knife hands. You're gonna have a lot of techniques that come from a back stance. So, 4 ingredients to correct back stance. Number 1, my feet are perpendicular. Kids, they make an L. Secondly, my knees are forced out. Most people get their feet wrong. Some people get their feet right, but then their knees go inwards. So what I want, well, tomorrow I'm starting the video project. What I want is my knees to be going the same direction as my feet. Third, weight's got to be shifted back as a back stance. And fourth, back's got to stay straight. Some people will hunch over on that one. It's here. So again, back stance. I'm going to go this way now. Feet are perpendicular. It's 2 stance legs wide. The knees are forced out. The body weight is shifted back, and the back remains straight. So, again, 3 stances for the entire first year of beginner curriculum. You have front stance, you have middle stance, and you have back stance. You get those stances down, it's going to be a huge asset to you on your way to black belt. All right, I'll see you next video for hand techniques.